Hey everyone, welcome to episode 30 of Women Crush Wednesday on the Red Bra Project channel. Renee, how are you tonight?
I'm great. How are you? I'm so excited for our guest tonight, and it feels like a while. I know I had to miss the last episode, which it's never fun to miss out, but I caught up on everything, and it was so great, and it's so good to see you and our awesome guest tonight.
Yes, I'm so excited about our guest, which I've recently learned is a local of mine, but I will let her introduce herself. Our guest tonight is Jessica Abreu. And Jessica, I'm going to turn it over to you to kind of tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Hi, everybody. So my name is Jessica, and I'm in Seekonk, Mass. I am a stay-at-home mom to 3 children, and I'm also a makeup artist. I focus on enhancing women's natural beauty, and I also create one-of-a-kind custom foundations for my clients, which has been a real pleasure to be able to do that for them. I also do event makeup and classes. Lots of fun.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much there. Customized foundation. That sounds like, tell us more. But before we jump into there, you're a mama of 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you do prior to kind of your entrepreneurship journey and everything like that?
So I was a science teacher for 8th graders for 9 years. Classroom, and I was in the public school system, and I loved it. But having kids, like, I wanted to be able to spend more time with them. And with my second child, I ended up getting really sick during my pregnancy, and I was written out of work 2 months before she was due because I just wasn't given the support at my school to have a healthy baby. So I decided that when she came that I was done working for somebody else. I was done having somebody tell me what was good and not good for me and my family. And I decided to take a leap of faith, and I haven't looked back. It's been an absolute blessing, and I love what I do now. I'm home with my kids all day long. I get to make my own schedule, and it's fascinating. I never thought I could do this.
You must have had so many people being like, why are you giving this up? You have this education. This is what you do. How did you push past all of that and still focus on what you want to do?
So I'm really stubborn sometimes. And I just told everybody, well, first of all of my jobs have been thankless. So as a mom and a wife, like, you do things all the time and you don't get the thank you. As a teacher, I was constantly doing things and I never got a thank you. And people belittled being a teacher because you got your summers off and, oh, it can't be that hard. And we all went through school. So when I then told them, oh, I'm going to quit and I'm going to do my own thing, some people thought I was crazy, and some were happy for me. And I just put all the negativity aside, and I said, this is what I'm doing. And every single time I put my mind to something and I say I'm going to do it, it gets done. Like, there's no second guessing. There's no, I'm not going to be able to do it. So
that's awesome.
Yes. I'm very driven.
Sorry, Renee, I cut you off.
That's okay. I guess it's safe to say that it sounds like once your mind is made up, you don't let yourself talk yourself out of it either.
No, I won't let myself quit, and I just go for it. So that's what I've done, and little by little, I've been able to build up my business.
That's so great. So was makeup always a passion of yours, or how did you figure out what you were going to pursue? You're not teaching anymore. This is how I'm going to make a living.
Yeah. So what I do now is I teach women how to enjoy the way they look and help them feel beautiful and good from the inside out. So a lot of helping with, thank you, a lot of helping with their diet and then their makeup. I enjoy teaching them how to put their makeup on, whether it's for an event or whether it's just for their daily makeup, and really finding a feature that they love and then enhancing that feature so that they're really happy with the way that they look. I forgot where I was going with that.
No, that's great. I mean, I think what you're doing is obviously more than makeup. It's really a confidence boost. It's not that you
Hmm.
need this makeup, but it gives women that self-esteem that they need sometimes.
Yes.
And I love,
And go ahead.
no, you go, you go.
Oh, and I also have celiac disease, so I had to find makeup that was completely gluten-free and paraben-free. I also like animals, so I went for a line that's also cruelty-free. And so for years, I couldn't even wear makeup because of the gluten allergy. If I put anything with gluten anywhere near my face, I would break out. And even if I tried to apply it to somebody else, if any of the powders got ingested, I would break out. So finding makeup that worked for me and that was gluten-free and good for you took a little while, but I did. And now clients that have celiac or have a gluten sensitivity or anything like that, I can help them too.
That's a huge challenge within itself. And I know there's so many women looking for something that they can turn to because they haven't been able to
Hmm.
find anything else that works. And for our audience and listeners and viewers and everybody, just a little backstory. One of the things that attracted us to Jessica, Shauna, and I was that, first of all, you have to go to her Instagram page because it's like an incredible feed of just uplifting, positivity, but real. So you're real at the same time. And I mean, you said it yourself, you help women to discover one of their most favorite features, and then you help to bring out the natural beauty. And I love that.
Hmm.
And one of the things that you shared with us is just that a lot of kind of what you get as far as empowering women and helping them all comes from within the chair. And so there's a lot to be said that's shared, when we're getting our hair done or when we're getting our makeup done. And it just sounds like you have just like this incredible, um, book of stories that you've been able to listen to from other women and kind of
Hmm.
help encourage them along the way. That has to feel amazing.
It really does. I mean, when somebody sits in my chair, you're really up in their personal space. So there's a lot of sharing that happens. And what I love too is that as they tell me their story and they tell me what they're passionate about and what they're working so hard towards, I've been able to connect them with other women who can support them and motivate them and help them on their journey. So it's really been great to be able to not only help them feel and look beautiful, but also be able to connect women to other empowering, motivating women that can help and support them in their business and their journey.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that so much because I feel like you're doing so much more. And I feel like as women, sometimes it's harder to make those connections as we get older, or like how do we make
Hmm.
those friendships? And you're helping facilitate that, which is so important because you're not just applying their makeup, you're actually being empathetic and listening to what they're telling you. It's a
Yeah.
gift.
Oh, thanks. I
It
I'd
love
like
really
it.
to know more about this foundation, though. Does this come from your science background? Is this a line that you partner with, or is this your own formula that you're creating?
So it's a little bit of everything. So the line that I work with, it's Motives, and they made all of the toners and the bases and the serums that I can put into it. And then my little science-ness, I get my little beaker and I put in all types of skincare. So whether you need some firming or some soothing, like if you get red spots, if you want a primer, I put tons of sunscreen in mine because I'm constantly outside, especially with the kids, and I don't like putting sunscreen on my face. It feels weird. And then I mix it all up, and then really it's matching their skin tone with the undertones, and like some of us are yellow, some of us are pink, and when I put in some purple and some blue and some yellow into the little beaker, everybody's like, "Oh my God!" But I end up mixing it up, and it matches them perfectly, and it's amazing. Like you can put it on their face, and it it will either cover up like all of your freckles and marks if you wanted to, or if you rather be able to have that come through because that's who you are and you don't want to cover up that, I can make it that way too. So it's great. And what I really love is that the line was first started for burn victims, so women who had something, tragic happen to them and weren't feeling their most beautiful. This is safe for them to use and make them feel more confident and more beautiful. So
That is
It's great.
awesome. Bless you, Shauna. I think you just
Thank
sneezed.
you. I'm like, don't
Oh,
sneeze.
bless you.
So, okay, I saw you were into Mel Robbins, which I think both Renee and I are as well. And so can you tell us
Mm-hmm.
a little bit how you got inspired from the 5 seconds? I try and use it to wake up every day. I know that's like her
Oh my
thing. Like,
God.
it's snooze, get out of bed.
Yeah. So a couple of years ago, I read Mel Robbins' The 5 Second Rule, and I just started counting down from 5 every single time I felt myself not doing what I needed to do. So, like getting out of bed. I mean, I have an infant, she's 9 months old, and sometimes getting out of bed is really hard.
And that's okay. You're allowed some
Yeah.
forgiveness.
But also when I'm fearful of doing something, like, I mean, everybody hates hearing the word no. So when I need to do something that I'm afraid that I might get a no for, tell myself, nope, this is what you got to do. Oh, my light just went out. And I count down from 5, and I go and I do it, whether it's a phone call, sending out an email, going up to somebody at a networking event that I know is a super, powerful or influential person who, I think, oh, they might not want to talk to me. But I'm like, no, just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go do it.
You know how much
It's
time that
been,
you actually save by doing that too? I mean, I'm like Shauna said, we're big fans of Mel Robbins and the book and everything, but we kind of talked about
mhm,
this at the beginning. You can talk yourself out of so much, and then before you know it,
mhm,
2 days go past, a week go past. Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it tomorrow. And then it's a month,
mhm,
and sometimes you look back and it's like, it took me 2 years to do this. Hallelujah, I finally did it. But I mean, that 5, 4,
mhm.
3, 2, 1 jump thing is like, that's how to get some
Yes.
stuff done.
Yep. Yeah. No wasted time. Who has
No.
any time to waste? Nobody.
It's true. It's true. And so you have a 9-month-old and your oldest is 14, right?
Hmm. And then the
Okay.
middle one is going to be 4 next month.
Wow.
Aw. So you've got
Yeah,
a very
we're all
wide
over the place.
range. Yeah, so fun. How do you, just for some of our listeners who may feel overwhelmed sometimes and thinking about leaving a career that's not making them happy and juggling family and wife and
Mhm.
life, and how do you kind of balance it?
Well, it took me a while, but I print out a schedule for the week, and every day it has the different hours, and I just schedule my time. Um, Once the baby was on a nap schedule, it gets a little bit easier. So when she was an infant, like, I just didn't do much work. I just took my maternity leave.
Nice.
But now that she is on a schedule, I know when I can get to my emails, when I can get to text messages. My husband and I have um, a schedule where there's certain nights of the week where he knows that I'm going to be working. So he's got to make dinner and he's got to handle the children. And that that's worked out really well. So really having a schedule and knowing what I'm doing. And every Sunday night I sit down after the kids go to bed and I take a look at my week and see what I have to do. I plan the dinners based around if I have to go out or if I'm going to be home. So this way I know how much time I have to cook and things like that. Also, hiring a housekeeper is the best thing I ever did. Best money spent. Like,
I've heard so many people say that, and
yeah.
I think I mean, I don't do it, but I have so many friends that do, and I think there's so much value. Again, it goes back to that time. What time are you
Hmm.
wasting doing that when you can, if that's not something that brings you joy,
It is
um,
not.
yeah, I don't know who it does, but I mean, if there's a way to remedy that, I think it's great.
Hmm. Yeah, no, that is definitely a key to our happiness here.
I I believe it. I do grocery delivery. That's how I get through having
Oh,
somebody. I
yeah.
know, right?
Right.
The little things.
Hmm.
I feel like I'm jumping over each other, so I keep pausing longer than I normally would. So I know Renee and I always ask, what do you think your red bra moment is? That moment where you took that moment of courage. We can't always see the red bra,
hmm.
but we know it's there and it's guiding us.
Yes, my red bra moment was definitely when I decided to quit my job. because losing like your seniority and that steady paycheck and health benefits and all of that. Like, luckily I got the health benefits for my husband. But leaving that security blanket of knowing where I was going every day, was really hard. But knowing that I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life and that it wasn't making me happy anymore. And honestly, what I do now brings me so much happiness that everything in my life is better. I have a better relationship with my husband. I have a great relationship with my children, and I get to spend as much time with them as I want to. And I have met the most amazing people through this business, and the support that I get and the way that I'm able to support and motivate other people. I think that it was the absolute best decision that I ever made, but it was also really scary when I made it. So it's been 4 years, and there's absolutely no looking back. People ask me all the time, so are you going to go back to teaching when the baby is in school? I'm like, no. Absolutely not. I can't wait to be able to do more of what I'm already doing and being able to help and motivate and empower more women and just see where else I can bring this now that I'm meeting more people that do more amazing things. Who can I work with? Who can I partner with? What are we going to do?
Duh, I love that. I was going to ask how long it has been since you left your teaching career as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, our teachers, they do so much, and kudos to all of our teachers out there, including you. And I feel like it's a very challenging field to get recognized in, and that kind of thing. There's a lot of work that happens behind the scenes. And so I'm just so happy that you found something that you're passionate about, and that, you said it yourself, you're teaching just in a different way. And so you're still filling that desire of yours. It's just interesting how we have a vision and a mind, a dream in mind, but it goes a completely kind of different way, and we tweak it a little bit to still to build that passion, but it could be something completely different. I love that. So when you did make, the leap, and, one of the things that you said is that in your mind, once your mind is made up, that's it, and that you believe that you're capable of doing anything, which I love, because I feel like everybody wants to strive to say that, but it can be challenging, especially at different times of the day or week or month. But, what's one thing that is really just locked that in for you, like solid, you're not going to waver in that? How did you get there? Or I guess, did you always believe that?
I think I've gotten there just from life. And like, as I've gone through, when I decided that I wanted to get into a particular college and from high school, I did everything that I needed to do to make sure that I got there. And then once I graduated, and I needed a job. And at first I thought I was going to do elementary school, and then there weren't any positions open. And I was like, okay, well, what else do I like? I love science. So I got that job, and I really loved it. And I think that so many of us, we trick ourselves into thinking like, this is the only thing that I'm good at. This is the only thing that I can do. I was raised like, you have to go to school, you have to get a good job, and that's what you do. And it's not the way it is anymore. Like, now we need to really build where we're passionate, as long as you can make money doing it. I mean, money is what makes the world go round. So you really have to make sure that it is something that you can be profitable in, but to let nothing hold you back. Don't let a single person tell you that, no, your dream isn't something that you can do, because it is. There is a way if you just keep pushing forwards. And that is what I did. I just kept pushing forward. Baby steps, but consistently over a period of time will get you there. And I'm still working my path. I'm not exactly where I'm ready to settle in and say, like, this is it. I'm done completely in everything that I need to do in my life. Like, I'm not there yet. I still keep going, and every day, little bits are going to get me there.
I love that. I think so many women, I have a feeling women are going to reach out to you because I think it's easy to feel stuck where we're at and think I'm not allowed to divert from this plan because I spent years going to school to study this, or this is the path I've chosen. And so I think you're going to be a great resource to people that have been doing that what if this is where my passion is now, because as we grow and we evolve, our interests that we had at 18 when we went to college change for a lot of us.
Right.
And you push past that fear. And I think that is really going to be, you know, something that our audience navigates towards. So we're so grateful you are here tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's so good, Shauna. You're right. I mean, our vision when we're 18 completely changes. Sometimes it does, you know, a complete, 180, 360, whatever. But by the time we're 28 or 38 and even 50, and it's like, why can't you have multiple passions in your life? Because one passion could be kind of boring. Not saying, you know, that's the one passion. Great. If that's fulfilling you, fantastic. But there's nothing wrong with kind of trying out new things. So, yes. So, Jessica, two more quick questions. One is, so you were recently involved in kind of like, I'm forgetting the name, so help me to remember, but it was a movement, a dance movement, where there were lots of women involved. Tell us a little bit about that, because we went to the website, we watched the dance, it was beautiful, put it up on our page. So share with us from your side what that was like and what it was.
Okay, so you're dance project, and that was created by Jackie Henderson. She works at her own studio. It's called Mist in Newport, and her whole idea was to create this strong women's empowerment video that she released on National Women's Day. And she had 50 women come, and they learned different dances and the Rosie Shuffle, which is her own little what do you call that?
Like an empowerment dance, like Rosie.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, it's like the electric slide, but like it's Rosie.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to be one of the dancers, but I live too far away to be able to get there, with, especially with the kids and everything. So I asked if there was anything else that I could do to be a part of it. And she said, well, people are going to need their makeup done for the video. And I was like, yes, I am there. So we filmed in the beautiful Rosecliff Manor in Newport, and we were there for 2 nights. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And the women, oh my gosh, some of their stories, and it's everything from people who have been in abusive relationships that got out of it and how they were strong and are moving forwards. There was also people who, like a lieutenant in the police force, and how that's almost unheard of, and especially at the time when she was able to get that position, what she had to do to be able to get it, and just women of every generation and the struggles that we have had to, you know, get certain jobs and get paid equally, and to be able to not just be objectified in some way. So it was really, really touching and empowering and motivating and inspiring to be with all of these gorgeous women who had such great stories to tell, and the video is amazing and their stories are incredible. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. And it's just, I watch it and I get teared up every time.
It was so good, and I got teary-eyed as well, and we'll definitely put it in the link to your personal post following this interview session and things like that. So will you share with our guests where they can find you if they want to reach out personally? We'll do it all too, but just so they know.
Okay. So yeah, you can find me on Instagram. It's my name, Jess Lynn Abreu, and the spelling is Abreu. No one ever spells right. So follow the link. And then it's facebook.com, makeup by Jess Abreu, or you can look for Beautiful You is the my makeup company name. And then I'm also on WordPress at, oh my gosh,
We'll link
that's
it.
terrible. Link it. I'm like,
Is it
oh my God,
Limitless
I am
Life?
having the mommy brain moment. I am
I was
sorry.
going to say, she's got 3 kids, people. This happens.
This is real life.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Live here.
Limitless Life, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. We'll put
Yes,
the
you can
link in.
find me
Don't
on
even
those.
worry. Girl, we make up words on this show all the time, don't we, Shauna? I'm like the queen of.
Absolutely. She was
We get
180
done.
through 16 just 2 minutes ago.
Seriously, we get done and I'm like, did I really just say that? What the hell?
I just thank you. I mean, we're so happy we've connected with you. You really are. You're just genuine in everything you say. It's clear that you care about the clients that you work with and that they become more than clients with you. And so I think if you're in the area of Massachusetts or Rhode Island or somewhere in New England and can reach out to Jessica, I'm guessing foundation has to be done in person for the match. Is my guess. Is that true? Or
I can do it online. It takes a little bit of time, like a lot of communication, a lot of pictures.
yeah.
In person is definitely the best way to go.
Okay. Awesome.
Very cool. Well, thank you for being our guest. And we close out every show with a quote. So tonight, your quote is by Chantel Sutherland, who is actually a female jockey, so in horse racing. So kind of cool. Believe in yourself, take on your challenges, dig deep within yourself to conquer, never let anyone bring you down. You got to keep going. So that was our quote for you. It just reminded us of everything that you've shared with us and that the inspiration you give to so many women. And I mean, like we said, I mean, your Instagram is just a small snippet of who you are, but it radiates so beautifully. So thank you for creating such an incredible positive ripple effect in our world.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for having me. You guys are amazing. And I've watched all your episodes. So.
Well, we're so glad you could be episode 30. It's a milestone for us. So we're excited to have you.
I know. Thank you, everybody. And if you are new to tuning into the Red Bra Project, we thank you for being here and all of our friends and followers. If you liked what you heard tonight, go ahead and hit that like button. You can connect with Jessica in all the ways. We'll make sure to post in our blog. Party happens over at the Red Bra Project on Instagram, where again, always the link up with us and Jessica will be posted there as well. And if you have a story to share, we'd love to hear from you. So we're all about sharing stories from all over the globe, all different kinds of sizes, big, small, and different things. So one small story can really help somebody in the most positive way. So thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you, ladies. Have a great night.
Bye. Thanks for
Bye.